Ritika.
Yes, sir.
Okay, anyways, so Ritika, in the last class, we discussed about the calculation of interest on loan. Is that right? And I think we did 2-3 questions in the previous session. And if I'm not wrong, I think you joined the previous session late as well, right? Just wanted to confirm whether you have covered the previous session through the recorded class or not.
I watched them.
Sorry, have you gone through the recorded video lecture?
Yes, sir.
All right then. Okay, great. So, do you have any doubt regarding the question that I gave you for the homework? Is there anything that you want to ask?
No, sir.
No. All right then. So, in today's class, we'll move to the next point of discussion. And today we will be discussing about the calculation of interest on drawing. So, we'll be talking about the treatment of interest on drawing. All right. So, let's get started. Just a moment. Give me a second. Let me just quickly switch to that topic. Okay, we did all of these questions, question 6, 7, 8, and I think I gave you question number 10, 11, and 9 for the 10 and 11 for the homework. Anyways, I'm sure you must have you must have done the homework. So I'm moving to the next topic, which is about the treatment of interest on drawing. All right. So I want you to put this heading on your notebook, Ritika. Kindly put this heading on your notebook, treatment of interest on drawing, and let me know once you are done. Done, Ritika? Done with the heading?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, Ritika, in today's class, we'll talk about the treatment of interest on drawing. So, before talking about the calculation part, let's just first of all, let me tell you that the treatment of interest on drawing basically depends upon, we can say that we have interest on drawing is basically earning from the firm's point of view, right? And it is an expense for the partner's point of view. What is interest on drawing? See, let's suppose there are three partners in a firm, X, Y, and Z, and one of the partner withdrew some amount from the firm. Let's suppose Mr. Z have withdrew 2 lakh from the firm, and the amount that he have withdrawn from the firm, on that amount he is required to pay. He is required to pay interest on that drawing, right? So the interest that he'll be paying to the firm will be considered as the income for the firm, right? But on the other hand, it is considered as an expense for the partner who is paying the interest. So interest on drawing, it is an income for the firm and it is an expense for the partner. You have to keep this in mind. Okay. Now, talking about the calculation of interest on drawing, we have two methods to calculate interest on drawing. We have two methods to calculate interest on drawing. Firstly, we have the average period method and then we have the product method. So we have two methods to calculate interest on drawing. First, we have average period method and then we have the product method. Got it? Now, both these methods is applicable for calculating interest on drawing, but both these methods is applicable in two different situations. So depending upon the drawing, kind of drawing made, we will apply the method. Like if the drawing have been made by the partner in equal installment and at equal interval of time, same amount have been withdrawn and amount have been withdrawn at same interval of time, then in that situation, average period method will be applicable. And if either the amount of drawing is different or the period or the interval of drawing is different, then in that situation, we'll apply the product method. You understand that? Ritika, is that clear? Hmm. Rit- Ritika, just confirm if everything is clear till this point. Ritika, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just a moment. All right. So see, calculation of, you don't have to write this down right now. Calculation of interest on calculation of interest on drawing. So we have how many method to calculate interest on drawing? We have two methods to calculate interest on drawing. First is the average period method. Then we have the product method. Product method. So two different methods we have, and both the methods are applicable in two different situations. Like if the drawing has been made on equal intervals at same interval, amount of drawing is same, amount of drawing is same, and interval of drawing is also same. In that situation, we will have apply the average period method. I'll explain this to you through an example, but let me first of all write this down. Product method will be applicable in a situation when the amount of drawing is different, amount of drawing is different every time, or the interval is uneven. Interval of drawing is also different. Let me give you an example. Let me explain this through an example. Like if partners have withdrawn, if anyone, any of the partner withdrew some amount from the firm, and let's suppose first drawing was made on January, or let's suppose first drawing was made on 1st of April. April 1st. Amount of drawing was 30,000, right? Then the next drawing was made on June 1st, 1st of June again. Again, the amount of drawing is 30,000. Then next drawing is made on August. Again, the amount of drawing is same. Then next drawing was made on 1st of October and the amount of drawing is same. So here you can see the amount of drawing and the interval between the drawing is same every time, right? Drawing have been made at an interval of 1 month, right? After April, we did not, the partner did not withdraw any amount in the month of May. He made the withdrawal in the month of June. Then he did not made any withdrawal in the month of July. He made the drawing in the month of August only. So here you can see the amount of drawing is same, right? Is that correct? Amount of drawing is same, and interval between the drawing is also same. So if both the things are same, if the amount and the interval are same, then in that situation, we'll be applying which method? We'll be applying the average period method. On the other hand, talking about the product method, what will happen? See, let's suppose the drawing, first drawing was made on 1st of April. All right. Amount was 30,000. Then the second was made on second drawing was made in the month of May. Amount is 15,000. Then third drawing was made on 1st of December, and amount this time is 40,000. Now here you can see neither the interval between the drawing is same nor the amount of drawing is same. Every time the amount is also different and the interval between the drawing is also different. So when the interval as well as the amount of drawing is different, in that situation, we'll apply which method? We'll be applying the product method. I hope this point is clear. Ritika, kindly confirm if this is clear, yes or no.
Yes, sir. So am I audible?
Ritika, you're not audible to me properly. Could you please tell me in the chat section if everything is clear to you? Ritika, just tell me in the chat section if everything is okay. Okay. All right. So everything is okay. Everything is clear. So until now, we just understood that there are two methods to calculate the interest on drawing. One is the average period method, and then we have the product method. And depending upon the interval at which drawing has been made and the amount of drawing, will apply the different method. If the interval is same and the amount of drawing is also same, then in that situation, we'll be applying the average period method. And if either the interval is different or the amount of drawing is different, then we'll be applying the product method. Now we'll be covering both the method one by one and try to understand how we actually calculate interest in both the different situations. Okay, so moving to the PowerPoint again. Now see, we have in order to find out the interest by average period method. See, we generally apply this formula. You're able to see the screen, I'm sure. It says calculation of interest on drawing by average period method requires, first of all, we'll calculate interest on drawing by applying this formula, total amount withdrawn into rate of interest into average period divided by 12. This is the basic formula to calculate the interest on drawing. Let me repeat it again. Formula is total amount withdrawn by the partner. We'll multiply that by the rate of interest applicable on the drawing. Then we'll multiply that with the average period of drawing and then divide it by 12. We'll get the answer. Now the question is, sir, how we will be getting the amount of drawing? So amount of drawing will always be there in the question. You don't have to be worried about the amount of drawing made by the partner. Amount of drawing will always be there in the question. Now, when it comes to the rate of interest will also be there in the question. All right. The only thing is that you will have to figure out the value of the average period. And for the purpose of finding out the average period, you have to apply a different formula. And the formula is written over here as well. It says month left after first drawing plus the month left after the last drawing divided by 2. We'll talk about this formula, but just pay attention to the formula only. Just try to understand that in order to find out the interest on drawing by average period method, this is the basic formula: total amount drawn into rate of interest into average period divided by 12. But to figure out the value of the average period, but to figure out the average period, we apply a different formula which says month left after first drawing plus month left after the last drawing divided by 12. This is how we'll be getting the average period of for the interest on for the drawing. All right. So before moving to the question, Ritika, I just want you to quickly note down all these things. Just a moment. Yeah. Please note this down in your notebook quickly. Method of calculating interest on drawing. Note everything which is on screen, and then I'll switch to the next slide. You have to note that down as well, and then we'll move to the question part. And just let me know once you are done. And also let me know if everything is clear till this point, Ritika. You can tell me in the chat section because your audio is not clear. I think there seems to have some problem with your mic. Just let me know once you are done writing this.
Done, sir.
Okay. So, uh, all right. So now let's move to the next slide and quickly note down the formula as well. Now, see, these are the various examples through which I've tried explaining that in what situation we'll apply the average period method and in what situation we'll apply the product method. Like here you can see the amount of drawing is same, right? Same amount have been withdrawn 50,000 after the same interval of time. First drawing was made on 1st of January, then 1st Feb, then 1st March, then 1st April. So here you can see this interval is same and the amount of drawing is also same. So therefore, in this situation, we'll be applying the average period method. But here in example 2, you can see the amount is different. First time we withdrew 50,000, second time the partner withdrew 40,000, then he withdrew 10,000, then again 20,000. So the amount is different. And on the other hand, the date or the interval between the drawing is also different. Now, see, I'm not saying that both the things should be different. Either the amount is different, either the interval is different. If any one of the things are different, then we'll apply the product method. If both the things are different, then also we'll apply the product method. If let's suppose the interval of drawing is same, but the amount of drawing is different every time, then also we'll apply the product method only. So the thing is that in order to conclude everything, we can say we will apply the average method only if both interval and the amount of drawing is same. Otherwise, we'll apply the product method. Okay. Now talking about the average period method, what is the formula? Kindly note this down quickly. This is the formula that we'll be applying to find out the interest on drawing by the average period method.
Done, sir.
All right. So this was the formula for calculating the interest on drawing by average period method. Now we'll move to the question and let's try to understand how this formula actually works, how we can apply this formula to find out the interest on drawing. Okay. So just a moment. Let me switch to the question. Okay. So we'll start with an easy question first. And the question says, this is question number 12. It says Ram and Mohan, two partners are there, drew for private use rupees 1,20,000 and rupees 80,000. Interest is chargeable at 6% per annum. Calculate interest on drawing of the partner using appropriate formula. Now see, the formula is not basically, question does not specify which formula to apply in this question. It is basically you are basically required to choose the formula by which formula you will be calculating interest on drawing. So using your discretion, you have to basically decide which formula will be applicable in this situation. Now see, amount of drawing is given 1,20,000 and 80,000 for both the partners respectively. Rate of interest is given, and if nothing is mentioned, what we will presume? We will presume that this amount must have been drawn at equal interval, and the same amount has been withdrawn throughout the year. The 1,20,000 is the amount withdrawn by Ram throughout the year. Collectively, uh, total amount withdrawn by Ram is 1,20,000. And similarly, throughout the year, total drawings made by Mohan is 80,000. Considering these values, we need to find out the interest on drawing. Got it? So just a moment. Let me show you how we will actually calculate this question. And since question says that we have to decide which formula to apply, and depend as per the information given, we have presumed that drawing must have been made on at an equal interval, and the same amount has been withdrawn throughout the year. So assuming that, we'll apply the average period method. All right. So solution to question number 12. Calculation of interest on calculation of interest on drawing. All right. And which method are we following? We will be following the average period method. Average period method. So to find out the interest on drawing by average period method, what we'll do, we'll just apply the formula. Interest on drawings equals to, what is the formula? Formula is total amount withdrawn by the partner, or in fact, let me write this way: total drawings made by partner. Right? We can write this as well. Total drawings. Then we'll multiply this with total drawing multiply with the rate of interest applicable. Rate of interest, and then we'll multiply this with the average period, and after that we'll multiply it by 12. So the total drawing, I'm just talking about the RAM interest on drawing for RAM. The total drawing made by RAM is 1,20,000, which is already given in the question. Just a second. 1,20,000. We'll multiply this with the rate of interest which is given in the question, which is applicable to the drawing, which is given as 6% per annum. And then we'll have to multiply this by average period. See, the date or the month of drawing is not given. So we'll presume that average period is 6. All right. And then we'll divide by 12. If nothing is given, we'll simply presume that the average period is 6 months. Got it? Average period is how many months? 6 months. If nothing is given, we'll presume that the average period is 6 months. So keeping that in mind, we'll now multiply 1,20,000 into 6%. So 6% of 1,20,000 is how much? 7,200 into 6 by 12. So we'll get 3,600 as the interest on drawing for RAM. Got it? I hope this is clear. Ritika, kindly confirm if this is clear, yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Just confirm if everything is clear till this point, yes or no. Ritika, I'm not able to hear you. Could you please tell me in the chat section if everything is clear? Okay. All right. So now let's move to the calculation of interest on drawing for the Mohan. Interest on drawing for Mohan. And we'll apply the same formula this time as well. We'll start with the total drawing, multiply this with the rate of interest applicable, and then we'll further multiply it with the average period divided by 12. So total drawing made by Mohan is 80,000. Rate of interest is 6% for the Mohan as well. And average period, since the month of drawing or the date of drawing is not given, so we can presume that the average period is 6 months divided by 12. So ultimately we'll be getting 4800 into 6 by 12. So answer is 2400. Got it? I hope this is clear. Kindly confirm, Ritika.
Yes, sir.
All right. So just a second. Have you noted this down,
Yes,
Ritika?
sir.
Okay. All right. So I'm moving to the next question now, and I want you to try this question this time. Question number 13. Let me read this question for you. It says that B and M are partners in a firm. They withdrew rupees 48,000 and rupees 36,000 respectively during the year, evenly at the middle of every month. It says drawing have been made evenly throughout the year, but every time in the middle of the month. Okay. According to a partnership agreement, interest on drawing is to be charged at the rate 10% per annum. All right. So this time the rate of interest is different. It is 10% per annum. Interest on drawing is to be calculated using appropriate method. Again, the method is not given in the question itself. Question basically requires you to determine which formula you should apply. Okay. So given the considering the information given, I think we should again apply the average period method, as the question itself says that the amount has been withdrawn evenly throughout the year, and every time drawing has been made at the middle of the month. All right. So okay, I think you will find this question difficult. So let me just solve this question for you, and I'll give you the other question to try. Is that okay? So let me just solve this question for you as well. Question number 13. All right. So see, first of all, we'll calculate the interest on drawing for Mr. B. So let me write this calculation of interest. I'm obviously applying the average period method. Average period method. And first of all, we'll be calculating interest on drawing for Mr. B. Interest on drawings for Mr. B. So to find out the interest on drawing for Mr. B, rate of interest, the formula will be total drawings made by B into rate of interest applicable into average period divided by 12. So the total drawing made by Mr. B is 48,000. It is already given there in the question. Rate of interest is also there. Rate of interest is 10% per annum. And the average period, we have to, this time we have to figure out we have to determine the average period. Since question says that the amount of drawing has been made at the middle of every month. So you have to think it this way. Let's suppose year start from, obviously year start with April, right? Got it? And it ends on 31st of March. So basically, ends in the month of March. Now you need to tell me, first drawing must have been made on which date? Question says that drawing is made at the middle of every month. Then, keeping this thing in mind, you need to tell me first drawing must have been made on which date? Ritika, could you please tell me that?
So 15.
Yeah, 15th of April, right? Yeah, good. The first drawing must have been made on 1st or 15th of April. Okay, so tell me, how many months are still left after the first drawing? Half month is still left in the month of April. 15 days is left in the month of April, right? So
Yes, sir.
half a month is left in the month of April. And after April, we have how many months left? 11 more months are left. Is that clear? No, no,
Yes,
no,
sir.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, okay, okay. All right. So 11. So the thing is that how many months are left after the first drawing? If I ask you this question directly, how many months are left after the first drawing? So, sir, if first drawing was made on 15th of April, then half a month is left in the month of April itself. And apart from April, the 11 more months are still there. So, combining 0.5 month and 11 more months, so we have 11 and a half months left after the first drawing. Can we say that? Yes or no? Just confirm.
Yes, sir.
Do I need to explain it again, Ritika?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. So, do you remember the formula for finding out the average period? What is the
Yes,
formula for
sir.
so formula for
So
average period? Yeah, yeah. Please go on.
it is months left after first drawing plus a month left after last drawing by 2.
Correct. So month left after first drawing, and then we'll add months left after last drawing. And then we'll divide this by 2. Okay, this is how we'll calculate average period. Now it is clear from our working that month left after the first drawing is 11.5 months. And the last drawing must have been made on 15th of March. Is that right? So
Yes, sir.
after the last drawing, 15 more days are left in the month of March. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So we can that half a month is still left in the month of March. So combining both of these values, we'll get 11.5 plus 0.5 will be 12 months, and dividing it by 2, we'll be getting average period as 6 months only. Is that okay? Do you understand this calculation, Ritika?
Yes, sir.
All right. So now in place of the average period, we can put this value. Average period will be 6 and divided by 12. Now you can figure out the value of interest on drawing. So 48,000 into 10% will be 4,800. Multiplying it by 6 divided by 12, we'll be getting 2,400 as the interest on drawing for Mr. B. Got it? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so just do one thing. Please note this down quickly so that I can also solve the question, solve the interest on drawing for Mr. M as well.
Sir, I noted it down parallelly.
Okay. Okay. All right. Good. Now, let's also do the calculation for interest on drawing for Mr. M. Interest on drawing. See, everything will remain same in this question. Only the amount of drawing will change. Because even in fact, the average period will also remain same for Mr. M. I'm sorry. Mr. M. Mr. M's drawing was 36,000. So total drawing into rate of interest into average period divided by 12. 36,000 into rate of interest is 10%. Average period is going to be 6, obviously, because we'll be doing the same working note in this case as well. You don't have to do the same working note one more time. Just one working note will be sufficient enough. 36,000 into 10% into 6 by 12. We'll be getting 3,600 here into 6 upon 12. So ultimately answer will be 1,800. So this is the interest on drawing for the partner M. I hope this is clear as well, Ritika.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is how we do the calculation of interest on drawing by the average period method. Let's move to the next question now. And I want you to try this question. Question number 14. It says, let me read this question for you. It says A and B. All right, this is A and B. A and B are partners sharing profits equally. A drew regularly 4,000 in the beginning of every month. In the beginning of every month basically means on the first day of the month, A withdrew 4,000. So basically he's withdrawing the same amount at same interval of time. And beginning of every month for 6 months ended on 31st of September 2030. You need to calculate interest on drawing at the rate of 5% per annum. Okay, do it. I'm waiting for you to finish. Just let me know
Okay,
once you
sir.
are done.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah. So please
So
tell
for
me.
calculate for calculating the average period, uh, I'm not getting it correctly, sir.
Okay. See, in order to find out the average period, first drawing must have been made in the month of the
April.
first of April,
Okay.
right? So after the first drawing, how many months are still left in the entire year? If first drawing was made on 1st of April, then the entire 12 months are still there in a year, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the last drawing was made in the month of, it must have been made on, just a second. My PowerPoint is not working. Just a second. Yeah. So it says that month, the beginning of every month for 6 months ended on 31st of September. So for the month of September, the drawing must have been made on 1st of September. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
April, May, June, July. Okay. So after the last drawing, how many months are still left in the year? I
Six
guess
months.
7 months. No, no, 6 months. I think including September, no. First drawing or last drawing was made on 1st of September. Then the entire month of September is there. And apart from September, we have October, November, December, January, February, and March. So we have 7 more months are there in a year. That's
Yes, sir.
right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ritika, you'll have to wait for 2 minutes. It's a Zan time here, and there will be noise. So kindly wait for 2 minutes. We'll continue after this once the Azan
Okay,
time.
sir.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah. Ritika, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So see, what I was saying, let me show you the calculation. Just a second. Okay, see. So first of all, we'll apply this formula to find out the interest on drawing, right? The formula will be total drawing multiply with the rate of interest into average period divided by 12. So question says that the partner have withdrew 4,000 per month for the 6 month period, right? So 4,000 into 6, this will be the total amount of drawing made by the partner into the rate of interest, which is given in the question itself, which is 5% per annum, into AP, average period, divided by 12. So calculating this, will get 24,000 into 5%, and we have to somehow find out the average period as well. And whatever the average period we'll get, will then multiply it by divided by 12 to get the to find out the total interest on drawing. So for that purpose, to figure out the value, to figure out the average period, what we can do, we can prepare the working note, and this is how we'll find out the average period, right? To find out the average period, we'll first of all take the number of months left after the first drawing, which is 12 months, since the first drawing has been made on 1st of April of the year. So after the 1st of April, entire 12 months are still there in the year. Then the last drawing must have been made on 1st of September. Why? Because the drawing is made on for first day of every month. So last drawing was also made on the 1st of September. That means entire September is still there. Apart from September, there are 6 more months left in the year. So total 12 plus 7 month. Month left after first drawing is 12 month. Month left after the last drawing is 7 month. Dividing it by 2, we'll get 19 months divided by 2. So eventually average period will be 8.5 months. Just confirm if this calculation is clear to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now taking this value to our main formula and putting this here in place of average period 8.5 months divided by 12. Now I think
Sir,
by solving,
won't
yes, Ritik,
19 by 2 be 9.5?
you're telling me the answer?
No, sir. 19 by 2, the average period. Won't it be 9.5? Not
Okay, 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 okay,
8.5.
okay. All right. I'm sorry. It will be 9.5. I'm sorry. So 9.5 will be divided by 12. Now I think after solving this, you'll get your answer as the amount of interest on drawn. Got it? I hope this point is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I want you to solve the remaining part of this question. And I'm giving you few questions for the homework to try. Let me just check whether I have some question that I can give you as a homework as of now or not. Question number 14 we just did. Question number 15, we have a similar question. Let me just check what is the difference between question 14 and 15. Yeah, okay. You can take the screenshot of question number 15. Or since I have already shared the PDF of this chapter, you can attempt this question from the PDF that I have shared with you. Question number 15 will be a homework question, Ritika. Is that clear?
Okay, sir.
Apart from this, I think you can also try question number 16. So there are two questions that I'm giving you for the homework, question 15 and 16. Question 16 contains three different cases, and you need to solve these different cases separately. All these different cases are considered as can be considered as different questions. All right, so I'm sure you will be able to do it. But if you face any difficulty, make sure you ask your doubt in the next class. And we'll cover the next method of this